Well, hello there, guys. Today we're taking a look at another Graviteam Tactics Mius Front DLC, and this is going to be Under the Cruel Star. Really cool name for a DLC, and I can't wait to see what it's like. We are going to be playing with the Germans and charging into what's supposed to be a defended Soviet front. But let's see what it's actually like here. Alright guys, here we are in Under the Cruel Star. I am going to go ahead and proceed with these tanks. As you can see, I've separated the tanks over here in the actual middle of the battlefield. I want them to attack separately from our infantry units, but essentially we are attacking in the same direction. In fact, I forgot these guys right here. Let me bring them up too. And actually, I'm going to push these guys a little more to the front. But I'm going to take this infantry group and attack in this direction. Just do a massive charge. And move these tanks and try and get on the enemy flank. Assuming the enemy is, of course, right there. Which we don't necessarily know. But we'll find out soon enough. Now, most of our guys are actually dug in. And this is leading me to believe maybe we should stay put. But the fact is we are on the attack in this battle. So we've got to go ahead and attack. We just can't stay back and hope that the enemy, makes some mistakes and winds up on our doorstep. I'm actually going to be fast moving those tanks as well. So it should, of course, speed things up, but it's going to make them easier targets for the enemy because their focus is really not going to be so much on actually firing at the enemy, but simply moving. Loving these Stugs already. Some beautiful assault guns here. And, of course, as always, my friends, we shall return when the battle itself commences. All right, my friends, contact has been established, and it's pretty heavy contact right off the bat. So I think I want to stop all of these support units we have. I'm actually just going to go ahead, have them stop and take cover, and at this point just try and aim at the Soviet line. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a trench line, just the pattern of it, but we'll get close and personal and find out very soon. Oops, sorry. Keep these guys here. We're going to have to micromanage a bit here, which is much harder to do in the new Graviteams. It's sort of like you're focusing on the entire group. Actually, that seems to be okay. Let's take a look. And actually, maybe they're out in the open. Is that possible? Yeah, I think it is. We just lit them up. Almost every single Soviet in that squad was just downed instantly, guys. So, wow, a hell of a lot of firepower here. And I guess we just want to keep on pushing. It looks like they're at the tree line. We've also got some enemy tanks out there, and it looks like we're engaging them. A really nice start to Under a Cruel Star, guys. Looking beautiful, but of course we have to move our focus onto those tanks. Come on now, boys. Attack. We were on a fast move course, but now, of course, we're going to have to take these guys. Wow, no pun intended on course there, and focus on the enemy exclusively. Enemy tanks there. Nice! Just hit one of the enemy APCs. Ooh. Keep it up, boys. Nice. That is a kill for sure. Man, right in the back of that enemy unit. I'm not sure exactly what kind it is. Let's get close. Is that... Oh my gosh. So it is an SDKFZ. This is a repurposed SDKFZ. Repurposed by the Soviets. That is awesome. Awesome stuff. We know the Soviets like to repurpose. Even the Germans repurpose Soviet equipment. T-34s, things like that. It's pretty cool to see on the field, though. Just going to keep up this consistent fire. Again, I don't know if I want to push across this open field. We're already in the open field with most of our units, so I think just the ones in the field should continue firing because getting these units in the woods is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Got some pretty good cover here, as well as artillery, and it looks like support weapons too. Oh, please tell me these guys are set up. Really, guys? Get them a little closer here. It looks like a few of our men are already firing some mortars. It's going to be helpful. And we've also got these 4 tanks, guys, kind of separate from the other group of tanks over there. They've gotten a bit farther forward, I should say. So I'm going to take some of them and just charge forward. Take this guy, charge forward. This guy, charge forward. Because I don't want our sides being exposed here to the enemy armor. It's nice to see them trying to support the infantry, but not necessary. And we'll send this guy this way. Oh boy. Nasty hit there, but again, we've got some pretty strong frontal armor on this assault gun. I don't even need them to stay in one place. They can move as long as they're moving forward here. But I think keeping them here might be a good idea. I'm just worried that that tree line is going to get in the way of their sight lines. So you know what we'll do, just to be safe, we'll go ahead and order an all-out assault. Did that tank see something that we didn't? I think so. Alright, that line's going pretty well over there. We don't even really need to get close because we can pretty much tell how they're doing. More enemy contact. I'm guessing this is going to come from the tanks. Yeah, sure enough. And a lot of really beautiful Soviet tanks here. These look, though, like maybe... Could this be a Churchill, man? It certainly doesn't look like a T-34. No, I think this could be like a T-70. You tank aficionados are going to be able to identify those. I have no clue. Nonetheless, this is sort of the new look, at least in this particular DLC. 43, so I guess this would be coming closer to the end of the war. You know, potentially better tanks here for the Soviets than what they started off with in 42. Of course, that's only the beginning of the campaign in the Eastern Front, not of all of World War II. We don't need comments saying, Agrippa, World War II didn't start in 1942. Yes, I know. Alright, more enemy contacts. It's going to be infantry. Infantry and more tanks. We really have to get past this wood line, this tree line. I think that's the only way we're going to be able to get shots that are going to be effective here. And oh my goodness, they just obliterated one of our SDKFZs here. That's why we have to be very careful. Nagel's going to get a shot. Come on, Nagel. Don't let us down. Gotta get a shot off, man. Another really strong hit there. I think Nagel's down as well. At least they're firing over there, but I don't see any actual enemy contact in that area. I want to try to bring these boys here. We also have some enemy infantry contacts here. All right, Nagel's finally getting some hits. Took him long enough. What about this fellow here? Come on, keep up the fire. Keep up the fire. He should have no issues taking aim on that guy. Oh, nice, guys. We're actually getting air support right now. Let me see if I can see those planes. Could also be mortar support. No, I think, yeah, it could be mortar support for sure. We're definitely hitting them. Quite a lot of firepower here. Come on, boys. Go ahead and take the second group and move them up as well. Alright, at least our infantry seems to be doing a lot better. In fact, I feel pretty comfortable to push into the woods. Since we've had this area under fire for a very long time, I think we can overwhelm the enemy. So let's go straight for it. Just a massive push into that forested area. And I'm really hoping these tanks can get their act together, because there's just so many potential kills here for them. They just start actually paying attention to the battlefield. Alright, keep pushing, boys. See our mortars firing as well. And in fact, might not be a bad idea to keep one of these machine gun units on sort of guard mode. Just set up and sort of provide some supporting fire. Covering fire. And we absolutely want to smash into this group of enemies. Again, they're not in the trenches. They're out in the open. Gives us a really good opportunity to wipe them out. Feuermänner! Sie ist sehr gut. We want to put Stenkov here. We did take out one Soviet tank there that I can see, but still a tremendous amount there. Doing just fine. We got to rely on guys like Nagel. Unfortunately, as you can see, his tank is almost totally destroyed. Or, you know, it's going to be destroyed because all of his friends are dead at this point. We'll turn him around. Hopefully he can surprise some of these Soviet tanks. And we still have Jung, as well as one other SDKFC gunner here. I'm just hoping that they can make a difference. We really need to try and put a dent in the enemy armor. No pun intended. Ooh, did you guys see the deflection there? That was intense. Definite deflection. And I want to keep this guy here. I really don't want him moving. Jung's got a nice position here. We just need our guys to fire. Just believe in us, boys. Oh, why is he turning to his side? This is the pathfinding that I don't understand from Graviteam. Stuff like that. Alright, at least the infantry seems to be doing somewhat better. Let's keep on moving. Still have some tanks, of course, approaching. But to lose that many is so annoying. When really the only issue is they just refuse to look in the proper direction of the enemy. Really focused on the enemy infantry other than anything else. But this is as close as you can get in terms of infantry combat. Our guys are right in front of theirs, and vice versa. Careful, men! Oh man, look at that. He's laughing in the face of death. Better open fire, and just threw an incendiary. That's a Molotov. And I think it missed him. Could still kind of crawl over here, you never know. They're not going to give up without a fight, for sure. I don't know how he just managed to get an amazing shot there. Once again, Nagel. This guy is not even paying attention to the enemy tanks. Come on, guys. Alright, here we go. Supporting armor. Oh, nice. We got a few hits there. Beautiful. That's what I like to see. Come on now. Come on, you can do it. Alright, guys. Starting to get some shots out. Beautiful. We just took out another tank. If you guys see the burning tank right there, that is good. If we can get the rest of them, then I won't feel too bad about all the tanks we lost. We still lost way too many Shugs, just way too many. And I guess the appropriate term is assault gun, but let's be honest, this thing is a tank. She's a tank, baby. Okay, the one we can see is the one with the white. That's the one we really want to aim for with Nagel. And actually, we could take these Stugs, even though they're not the greatest anti-infantry vehicles, we could take them and flank the enemy infantry that we're charging right now. Another vehicle lost on our side. I hope it's not this one. Just give me a few more kills. There we go. Nice shot. No, it isn't. Look how far. That's like 2 kilometers of distance. But I guess that's how far, you know, a round's going to travel. Maybe even farther. All right, so we managed to take the left side out of the enemies there. Pretty decent. Obviously, we want to get more. We want to get as many as we can. I'm going to jump over to our infantry now, guys. See how that's going. Those tanks seem to be a lot safer than the other ones, because we're not, like, directly in the open with them. Look at all the fallen on both sides. So many infantry down. But we are making it actually into the woods, which I love, and I'm seeing some more enemy units in here, including leader units. We really want to fight in here aggressively the whole way. We can't just rest here. We've got to keep pushing, for sure. You could see all the dead Soviets there at the tree line. Actually, we got one German taking cover and one dead Soviet next to him. I think once again our tanks are taking heavy hits here. And once again, focusing on the infantry. I don't understand it. We've told them to aim this way, but they want to focus that way. It's really, really frustrating. Graviteam pathfinding, please. So this one's trying to turn now. But again, totally unnecessary, like turning towards an infantry unit that's way less dangerous. Beautiful, beautiful shot there. That's what we need. And maybe we just need to focus on this tank, on these tanks as they're here. Could also be the issue. And just not take away our focus at all. There we go. Got like 3 assault guns. Still functional. Beautiful. Come on, man. A lot of enemy infantry approaching over as well here, guys. And I must say, in Under the Dark Star, we got a tremendous amount of men on the field. On both sides. It does seem to be like a much wider front. Get up, boys. See, even this SDKFC that got killed was turned towards us, which is not the way it should be. It's the same. Look, there we go. And again, it could be like a terrain issue. That's what I was thinking, is maybe the terrain here is so poor that the tank is actually having issues in maneuverability. And a possibility here is that they left the woods, realizing we were coming, and went ahead and moved into the field. Let's see if they're kind of walking away. Not that I can see, actually. Not that I can see. Okay, enemy is asking for a ceasefire, guys. Why am I not surprised? Considering the fact that our tanks are almost destroyed, I might go ahead and accept that ceasefire. I want to keep pushing on the infantry here a bit more. And then we'll probably say yes. Ausrotten, boys. Leave none alive. It's like a total war battle. It really is. It's like a World War II total war. Just the amount of bodies on the field here. Good shooting from both sides. All right, it looks like 2 more enemy tanks taken out. Probably 1 or 2 more out there, if I'm not mistaken. All right, here we go. Vogel is arriving. Now, he's actually a commander, so don't really want him moving too far. I think there is good. Actually, he could be in this squad. Yeah, let's just target the enemy. They're not gonna return fire in this area, at least. They might return fire over here from the hill, but these guys, they've been pounded and fired at so many times. I think they're broken. Schalsen. See one of our men moving across the field here. I think he's going straight for the kill. Straight for the jugular. Oh! But he got right there. Just shot in the face. It's never fun. Still managing to nuke quite a few of the enemy tanks. Really frustrating that our Stugs, we lost so many Stugs there in that defense. I feel like we should have come out with that without losing a single Stug. But once again, these guys are abandoned. That one's abandoned too. So we did manage to knock out a lot of the enemy armor here. Again, I think just on the defense alone, we should have only probably lost 3 or 4 of them at most. But that's the way the cookie crumbles. I don't know why I would use that, that for World War II. It is the way the cookie crumbles, guys. See a lot of enemy officers up here as well. You can see that, the flag. So, again, I'm sort of tempted to keep on moving for a bit. Again, they are firing a lot of artillery at us, and this can cause a lot of damage. So maybe just in the interest of having less casualties, we'll try to end here. But I still think we're going to have more casualties because, let's face it, we were the ones on the attack. And typically, the ones on the attack are going to be receiving more casualties than those defending. But not always. That's right, to Angriff. Get that machine gun up. What's wrong with you, son? There we go. Set her up. There we go. Yeah, man. That's what we need. Just continuous MG42 fire. Love to take out those guns, too. Taking out those guns would actually help us if we were to turn this into a campaign. Of course, this is just a look at the DLC. But if we were to turn it into a campaign, it would really help to take those guns out. I'm going to try to target them. Outgoing artillery, boys. Got some mortars headed towards the enemy. And let's hope that they make it home. Beautiful, beautiful. Our guys knew right where to drop those rounds. That was wonderful. Oh my goodness, I couldn't ask for better. We should have just let the tankers go home and kept our mortarmen. Look at that, guys. Really good shots by the mortars. There's no way that those guns are going to be operational. Although before the enemy gets too confident with those tanks, they still have 2, remember. I'm thinking we want to go ahead and accept that ceasefire. There's no way that that crew is coming back. Don't forget also, guys, if you enjoy these Graviteam Tactics Mius Front videos, please subscribe to the channel. That's the most important thing you could do if you haven't already. Also, hit that bell icon so that you get notified about my future videos. You'll get notified more regularly instead of, like once a week, for instance. And again, hit that like button and drop a comment down below. All of these things really help the channel. We're a smaller niche channel, so we need all the help we can get, guys, to be honest with you. So please consider that. So we still have a few enemies actually here in the woods. Not many, but a few stragglers as we approach the front. I'm just taking a look at our men moving forward here. You can see we're repurposing a lot of Soviet weaponry. Whoa! Oh! Bug of all bugs. That was beautiful. Did you guys see that? This guy just... You saw the bullet leaving the gun. That was pretty cool, though. We know now that the game actually does have visible projectiles besides just the tracer rounds. That's amazing, guys. Okay, we've taken some captives. Yep. Soviet prisoners. All right, that's a good sign. All right, I like the mortar fire. Mortar fire is doing a great job at thinning these lines. Just look at this. Just look at this. We have just crushed this area, man. Got to keep it up, though. Actually destroyed one of their machine gun teams. Or actually, the machine gun team is still there. He's just cowering in total terror. And at least the enemy tanks are stuck over there. They're not really moving this way. I don't want to have to deal with them. Again, I don't think we have not a single tank. Now, every single Stug has been wiped out. Now, in this, under the Cruel Star DLC, just like every other Graviteam Tactics Mius Front campaign, you can play as either side. You can play as the Germans or the Soviets. In this battle, we are playing as the Germans, because let's face it, the Germans have, in 43, bit of a tougher time than the Soviets do. This is, starting to, the tide of war is starting to turn, and it's starting to turn very quickly. Oh, we got some more prisoners. Look at that. You guys see that? Beautiful. Another group of captives taken. One right there, too. So it was a successful infantry assault. We can say that. But at what cost? And we'll find out at what cost once we end the battle here. I'll go ahead and accept that enemy ceasefire offer. But I might wait a bit, because, sometimes the enemy can get a little jumpy and end up surrendering prematurely, and end up retreating prematurely. Might not be such a bad idea. We also have some guns here, still capable of taking those tanks on, but it would mean moving them all the way over here, and by that time, the battle will almost certainly be finished. Nice. Let's go for it, boys. We'll accept that ceasefire. Man, that was definitely a bloodbath for both sides. Even tanks-wise, you can see the burning armor there. A lot of that burning armor is theirs. In fact, the 2 burning pieces are theirs. Most of our SDKFCs were just abandoned after heavy hits. Or after everybody inside was, of course, just killed. Let's see, and it is a total defeat, and understandably so. The enemy actually did have more casualties than we do, which makes me feel a little bit better. At 95 killed, only 65 killed on our side. And, of course, 5 prisoners. But nonetheless, just the fact that we lost all that armor, totally put the victory in the enemy's hands. We should have done a lot better than that, and we usually do. As you can see there, the destroyed vehicles, 14 or 11 on our side and 14 on the enemy side. But since we have the better vehicles in this particular conflict, we should have come out on top. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoy this DLC, and I do recommend it just about like I recommend every other Mius Front DLC. But I will say this. I really am getting a little tired of the World War II DLC. We've had a lot of great stuff. I think it's excellent. I think it's time to move into more modern stuff. And I did hear from the devs at Mius Front, or at Graviteam Tactics, that they were thinking about doing another South African campaign very soon. So I hope they do that. Thanks again, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you on the next one.